I have Carlos Camacho here in the studio. Welcome back, Carlos.
G'day, Deb.
How are you?
I'm excellent, thanks. Nice and refreshed.
Yeah, you look it. You had a lovely holiday?
I did. I always have January off because it's too hot to work.
Yeah, it is. And it's already February, March soon.
Isn't that incredible?
It is. Did you make any New Year's resolutions?
Yes, I did actually. I'm going to be more intolerant this year.
Really? How do you do that?
I decided I'm not going to tolerate things I don't like anymore.
Put boundaries up.
Put boundaries up even more so. As you know, part of my job is to be very diplomatic.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'm still going to remain diplomatic at work.
And friendly.
And friendly, of course. And but yeah, I just thought more in my personal life. I'm going to start being just a little bit more picky with people I spend a lot of time with and things I read and shows I watch. I'm just going to decide that unless they don't fall directly into
you don't do
my
it.
frame of mind, then I'm going to try to avoid it just for this year. I've always been open-minded, as you know, and this year I'm going to try to just feed myself. Just a bit more of that slice of reality that I know.
Okay, that's a great resolution. How do we give our New Year's resolutions the best chance of success, in your opinion, Carlos? Because sometimes we have these resolutions for the new year, but sometimes we put pressure on ourselves to achieve them.
That's right.
How do we keep on that path?
Yes, I mean, New Year's resolutions are great, aren't they?
They are.
It's just, from the 31st of December to the 1st of January, it seems like there's just a lifetime away. And so a lot of the times we make these resolutions in September, because we don't want to start it then. We've still got 3 months to forget about it.
Yeah, like whether it be smoking or more exercise.
That's right. It's too early in the year now to make resolutions for next year. So I would suggest your listeners, if they've got anything they want to change, do it now.
Now, don't wait for a New Year's resolution.
7th of February is a fine date.
It sure is. Okay.
But once you if you're close to the end of the year, it's wonderful because it's very distinct, isn't it? You're usually on holidays, you're at home, there's a lot of fun happening, but then the day comes when you have to start. So it's good to pick a date. It doesn't necessarily need to be the 1st of January. It could be any date. In psychology, it's been shown through research that it's very effective once we set a date in the future to start something or to stop something. Yeah. It's very effective. It gives us time to prepare. It also gives people around us time to prepare. So it's good to tell. I think the most effective ways to tell yourself what you're going to do, pick the date. If it's the 1st of January, it's fine. If you haven't done it, then it's never too late to start. Don't be disappointed that you haven't started. Don't beat yourself up. Start on the 8th of February 2019. That's a fine date to start.
It is. And if you fall over, get back up and try again.
Exactly. And rule number 1, I think, is very important to start off with one good rule. Set yourself up for success. Don't set yourself up for failure. Don't put a goal that you cannot achieve or that is very impossible to achieve. Find something simple. Start with simple. For example, if it's giving up smoking and the person has tried cold turkey a few times, maybe decide to cut down. Rather to
gradually.
have half a bag, decide to have, I'm going to start off with 15 rather than 20, and then slowly. If you can go cold turkey, of course, that's wonderful. Yes. But if you've tried it before, then it's unlikely it's going to happen unless there's been a life-changing experience that's happened that makes us want to change.
Yeah, and in your opinion, say you tell your family and your friends that, you say you are giving up smoking on this date, that can sometimes put pressure on you to do that then, a lot of pressure, whereas I think that if you just do it without actually telling anyone, do you think that's better?
Yeah, for some people, for sure. I think some people I find, because of their ego, they don't want to take a step back, say, okay, I've said it, I've done it. It's a bit like, remember when we were a bit younger and we used to jump off those rocks into the lakes or into a big pool or something, and you're standing up there and people start jumping and you're indecisive, and then you got your mates there, and once you say, yep, I'm jumping, then you got to go.
You got to go, don't you?
Once you say it out loud,
Yeah.
You can't just walk back down the stairs. I think, and that's very effective. It's very effective for some people to do that. For others, no, it puts a lot of pressure and they feel embarrassed, they feel disappointed with themselves. They continue with the behaviour, they haven't changed, and on top of that, they've added something negative. So no, you've got to decide what's best for you. Yeah,
because you might sort of then go and hide and do it because you don't want to let people, see that you actually haven't given up.
That's right. And there's many resolutions. Of course, smoking is one of them, losing weight, finding a better job, a better relationship. Yes. There's many things, saving money, travelling, all these types of things. But I think rule number one is set yourself up for success. Yes. Rule number two is set yourself up for success. It's a bit like Fight Club. Yeah. Both rules are the same.
Okay. Well, mine is something that I've made a resolution, and I'm going to try it as hard as I can. It's to actually love yourself, not, this ego-based vanity, but actually take more care of yourself and just as an ongoing thing. And so I think everybody should do that.
That's a wonderful thing. I think that's a good start. And we all talk about it, don't we?
We do.
We all talk about loving ourselves, but really in the real sense of the
love,
term.
Yep. Of nurturing your inner child, of loving your body and thanking it for what it does for you, more not the vanity-based.
No, it's got nothing to do with. On the contrary, there's a certain humility with love. Yes, because you give yourself to a person, you give yourself to an experience, to a job, to a sport that we love, for example. Yes, and it's the same with ourselves. You're doing the best. You give yourself, so you don't ask for anything in return. Love is unconditional. Yes. So when we love ourselves, it's exactly the same. There's no vanity in it. Real love is humble, and so you're doing it without expecting anything in return. So you're loving yourself for the mere fact of loving oneself, not for getting anything back. From that, if one is successful, then the benefits start coming up and you can reap from them.
Okay, that's right. Thank you, Carlos, for coming in. Is there anything you want to leave us with? A nice little tip for maybe this week that we can...
I think, look, with all these things, with the resolutions, it's good to think about it. One of the things I talk a lot about when I talk to people individually or when I give my seminars is having enough time to think. Mm-hmm. We don't have that in the modern world, but really think, sit down, just doing absolutely nothing, not in front of a TV, not with a book, just sitting maybe on your deck, outside in a chair. It could be on your near your table on a desk or on a hammock, but just staring and really thinking, what is it that I really want this year? What is it that I would really want to achieve? When the year finishes, you could transcend to the end of the year and say, and just pretend that you've already gone past it and think, wow, I would be happy if I did this. So start reducing the goals, simplifying them, set yourself up for success, and you can't escape from organising yourself. You have to write it down. Get a notebook, get a piece of paper, write it down, put a short-term goal, which is a daily goal, which they're the most important goals. Mm-hmm. Because I always say, if you want to save $100 in 100 days, you need to save $1 a day.
Yes,
and if you do not put that dollar in that day, you're not going to have $100. The most important part of it is the dollar you put today, and that's the same in psychology. What you do today, whether it's giving up smoking, coming out of a bad relationship, losing weight, getting fit, trying to look for a better job, whatever it may be, it's what you do today that counts.
That affects tomorrow.
That's exactly right. Write it down, though. Make sure, because we forget. We get enthralled in life, and then 6 months go by, that's right, I was going to do that. So write it down. Keep it nice and clear. Convince your brain that you still want it.
Okay. Thank you, Carlos. Wise words, as always.
That's right.
Okay. And humility.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's kind of like, it's like the Chinese say, you start with the simple man, the educated, and then the wise man becomes a simple man again.
Yes. Okay. The Chinese say that, do they?
It's a little thing they have that. Through education, sometimes we complicate things. Wisdom is more about simplifying. Okay. I think.
Okay. Thanks, Carlos. The song you chose is Peter Gabriel.
sledgehammer. Let's start this year with a nice big sledgehammer to improve our lives.
Good on you. Give it to us. Okay, here's Peter Gabriel, Sledgehammer on Coast FM 963 with classic hits throughout your day. Classic Hits, Coast FM 963, community radio on the Central Coast.